Welcome to Kegel's Produce Playground. I'm Chef Eloy, and I have the privilege to present the 2016 Top 10 Pastry Chef in America, the 2018 Top Bakery of the United States, Chef Cedric Barberet.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Chef. And what do you have for us today?
Today we have a seasonal fresh fruit tart made with almond cream and pastry cream.
Chef, I'm a big fan myself. I've been to Bistro Barberet a few times, got to try the macaroons, and this is one of my favorite dishes. Tell everybody the breakdown of this dish.
So for the tart shells, we use a sucre dough. The sucre dough is made out of cream butter and sugar. Then we add on milk, we add on the flour, pastry flour, pardon me, and then we'll finish it with some yolks. Once the base in the KitchenAid is made and it's a nice dough, flexible, not cracked, then we'll wrap it up into a plastic film and set it up in the cooler for about 2 hours. We pull up the dough from the cooler, flour on the counters, roll the dough 2 to 3 millimeters in thickness. The mold needs to be slightly butter inside in order for the ring or any mold to come out of the shells. Once it's lined, we'll put it in the cooler just for like 10-15 minutes in order to have the dough to set a little bit. In order to do the almond cream, it's a mix of butter and sugar, and then after that we add the eggs, almond flours and cream at the last minute. If the mix by sometime will break for a reason of cold and heat, then we can always try to fix it by using a commercial blowtorch that you can find at Home Depot or Lowe's, whatever you want, and then heat up the side of the mixing bowl. And then when it's set up, you can leave it in the cooler or use it right away. And we'll fill it up with almond cream halfway. Once the tart is filled, we'll put it in the oven at 375 Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes and make sure that we have the color of a golden brown on the edge and then on the bottom. This pastry cream will be made of milk and butter and a vanilla beans that will be set up on the stove and it will boil. While that's setting up boiling, we can mix the yolks, sugar, cornstarch and AP flours. While your milk starts to boil, we'll temper both mixes together and we set it up into the stove in order to boil it and get a thick mix. Once it boils and gets thicker, we'll set it away from the stove, reserve it in a cooler, in a pan or in a bowl until it cools down, which will be the base of the top of your tarts. And then we will fill the tart on top all the way to the end, about a half inch away from the edge. Now you have most of the setup down. The only thing needs to happen is to put all those fruits. Strawberries, mangoes, kiwis, blueberries. We'll set them up and mix them up a little bit. And I use a commercial glaze. That's more like an apricot base with pectin that we glaze the tart with in order to protect it from the environment and keep it from drying. So once it's glazed, we add the raspberries and the blackberry to avoid the bleeding of the fruit and set it up as a nice colorful piece. And then as an accent, I also finish the tart itself with some real 24 karat 80-watt gold leaf that's set up to just bring some accent and pop the fruit a little more.
Chef, that was a lovely description. I mean, just that description alone showed how much passion you have when creating these masterpieces. I'm gonna go ahead and try this out here. Delicious. Like, when you taste that, you can taste the love. Like, it's airy, not too heavy. The flavors slowly kick in. Not too sweet. Like, that's a true pastry right there. All right, Chef, I want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And can you tell all the viewers where they can find you?
Yes, so you guys can find us in downtown Lancaster, a block from the Marriott. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook or check us out on our website, www.barberetlancaster.com. Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for joining us here today at Kegel's Produce Playground. Stay tuned next week for a brand new episode.